Should pale death with treble dread make the ocean's cave our bed? God who hears the surges roll, dying to save the suppliant soul. To 4 weeks.
As you guys can tell, we got the poet back, Mr. Eric Anguiano.
That's right, homeboy.
Welcome to No Time for Movies, where we aspire to be the greatest podcast in the galaxy far, far away. Today we'll be talking about the woman in the window trailer. New Mutants it's getting another trailer. Cats are pulling out. Top Gun Maverick trailer. The Mandalorian season finale. Jon Favreau teases Mandalorian season 2. Deadpool coming to the MCU. The Suicide Squad's not a sequel. And we talked the Rise of Skywalker, amongst other news and reviews here in No Time for Movies. Yeah, you saw my
That's
mat.
pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
I needed a mouse pad and they got me.
I didn't even see that.
My kid got me this.
All right, man.
This nice mouse pad.
I'm not going to waste any time.
Let's do it. Let's talk. Did you even watch the woman in the window trailer?
No, I haven't seen that.
It looks amazing.
I haven't seen the trailer. I didn't do my goddamn homework.
So it has my favorite actress at the time, I think, is Amy Adams.
Okay.
Everything she's pretty much in.
Is it a horror or what is it?
It is kind of like it plays almost like a horror, but it's more of
What's your sleeves?
Oh, you check it out. These are
Oh my god, I've never seen a sweater like that before. The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
I wear this a lot when I
I'm
go out,
already
like,
disappointed
camping
in you. You look like an anime character.
Well, I don't wear this out. I don't wear this outside. Like I would. I wear this like at home.
Oh my
or when I go camping. That's it.
Okay, I mean.
But I can't drive with this because people start giving me thumbs up because I'm like,
yeah.
So
yeah.
So it has Amy Adams and it also has Gary Oldman in it, and it's basically a movie. She has some kind of phobia about going outside, so she's always inside. She's scared of people approaching her. She's got to be ready for anyone coming into her home, and then it also kind of puts in the neighbor relationship in. She has a neighbor friend who's having an affair. Gary Oldman's her husband, and her husband, I think, finds out, and she sees the husband murdering the wife from the window, the woman in the window. So then she calls the cops, and then they're like, "You've hallucinated everything," kind of thing. Like nothing existed, and then the wife comes into her house, and it's someone else. It's someone completely different. So now she's seen all this, and she's trying to get proof of what she's seeing is true. But then they're like, but the meds you're taking could make you have hallucinations. So they're like,
oh man, this makes for like a twist at the end or something.
Yeah, it looks twisted just watching the trailer.
I wish you would have told me that you were going to talk about this so that I would have been ready. But that's okay.
But
I'm not going to hold it against you.
Does the premise sound interesting to you?
It does sound interesting, and I will make time for that.
Yeah, I think I will too. Gary Oldman's in it. I know you're a fan of Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Especially in Dracula.
Children of the Night.
All right, our next thing is New Mutants. Like, you've heard of this. Well, I've heard of this. We've seen trailers already. Apparently, we're getting a trailer arriving in January.
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out 2 years ago.
I don't even remember. I think...
and everybody forgot about it. And then... Well, I'm surprised it's coming out because when Disney bought 20th Century Fox, I thought that project might kind of just, Well, if it's already made, I mean, what do you stand to lose now?
Disney has scrapped a lot of Fox's projects. I'm surprised they haven't just completely scrapped this movie.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they have plans for it. Like, this New Mutants movie might be what introduces mutants to the MCU.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, the movie's already made, though. But I was going to say, what if they sprinkle in like a little bit of MCU?
Yeah, I would think so, but I have no idea. Maybe they come back for reshoots or something again, because I know it's had plenty of reshoots.
Yeah.
Who knows what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
I mean, the actors in this movie are going to be all old by the time this movie comes out.
Yeah.
Well, I said cats are pulling out, but I didn't mean that in any way. Cats, the movie, is pulling out of any awards coming out, and then the movie bombed. I'm not gonna watch this movie.
I told you of one person who wants to see this movie, and that's literally it.
Yeah,
That's literally it. I don't know anyone else who wants to see this movie. I don't even know anybody that was actually looking forward to this movie. And not only that, but everyone that I know that saw the trailers, like, everybody makes fun of it because it looks ridiculous.
It does. I'm surprised to me, they should have. I think they should have just CGI'd actual cats and then have the movie play out that way. No, that wouldn't have worked
either because they're humans.
I don't know how they would have fixed it. Maybe they should have just played it as a play in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about plays, so I can't really give too much input. But I know Cats is an iconic play.
Yeah,
it's been in New York for the longest. So I just can't imagine, like, not everything needs to be made into a movie, man. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, one of the...
I can see the potential, I guess.
Oh, did you check out the one that has been a play is In the Heights trailer?
No.
By Lin-Manuel Miranda. It looks decent. I mean, it's kind of like a movie about a Latino struggle type movie. So, it looks good.
I'm not big on plays, man. I'm not going to give my input and say, no, I'm not interested. Like, I'm not big on plays. So, you know, I just never really had the time to go check out a play.
Me neither, but I do I enjoy musicals.
Yeah.
So I kind of try to keep an ear on the ground type thing for like a good musical that's gonna come out.
Like even no wait, was that a play? Les Miserables?
Yeah, that was
a play, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even think that movie did that well.
It did. It won Oscars and stuff. Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of another movie. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
you're thinking about is wrong.
Uncultured swine.
So, I guess let's move on.
It's chilly.
That's why. Just in case my fingertips get numb.
You're
boom.
Wearing mittens now.
Yeah.
You can go cook.
No, they're not. That's not the material. This is.
Yeah.
Because it's like
it'll just burn right through.
I'll just combust. It's like.
It's just flammable.
I'm like, flame on. Other than that, let's talk. One trailer that blew me away, honestly, is the Top Gun Maverick trailer.
Yeah, really good.
That's really good trailer. Like, I haven't watched a trailer that just it's exhilarating. Made me want to go like shoot guns or something.
Go fly a F-18 Raptor. Or something. Or F-22. I don't know. What are they called? F-22.
Anything with wings. I wanted to jump on two pigeons and ride them like air skates.
You know, I still don't know what the movie's about. I get that they're bringing back Tom Cruise to teach the young bucks.
Yeah.
But it seems like in the trailer too, like they get attacked or something. So it probably.
Yeah, I have no idea what's. I
don't really know what's going on.
I don't. Yeah, I get it. Like
it looks exciting. Though.
I got the premise that he's coming back to teach him. Something happens, but I don't know where the movie exactly is going. Like, do we get a villain? Like,
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with that?
Unless they like get involved in some battle.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what the movie's about, but it looks like there's gonna be some dog fighting in there.
Yeah, it looks interesting. So. I for sure am gonna watch it.
Yeah,
just the trailer got me.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited for it. You know, some of these, make a sequel to an old ass movie. Some of it could work. I mean, clearly this one looks good. I don't know if it's for sure.
Next year seems to be the year where we're gonna get a lot of continuations of older movies or sequels or I guess rehashes type thing because we're getting Ghostbusters is another one.
Yeah.
Now
it actually looks proper.
That one does look decent. Even though I heard complaints about people saying that it looks just like Stranger Things. Stranger Things.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
and then I go back and it does kind of look like Stranger Things.
The actor.
I think it is the actor. Like you put him in anything, and it's kind of like,
yeah.
I mean, look at it. He was in it, and it kind of felt like a Stranger Things.
It did
vibe to it.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. I think
excited
it'll work.
for Ghostbusters.
I think it'll work.
I'm
I'm more
excited.
excited about that than
Then the female-led one.
Yeah, I don't want to.
No,
know.
You don't want to get into trouble.
We don't want to talk about that.
It was alright. It was a fun movie. It just wasn't Ghostbusters.
It was
to me.
forgettable.
Yeah.
Honestly, but whatever.
Top Gun looks decent though.
It actually got a great Rotten Tomatoes score. That reboot
Did it?
of it did.
It wasn't that great. Rotten Tomatoes all over the place though. Like look, we'll talk about the Rise of Skywalker later, but the critics didn't like it, but it has a good audience score or a decent
Really?
one. Yeah,
Rise of Skywalker.
yeah, it has 88%, and critics is like at low 50s.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I thought it was at 58%.
No, it was like 52, 53, maybe 56. But audience score is 88.
Oh, audience score.
Yeah,
Oh,
audience
okay.
score is 88.
Never mind. I got you mixed up.
No. But I know you didn't catch the finale of The Mandalorian yet.
Oh man.
And so far, you've missed every single topic.
I'm terrible.
Uh,
I've been gone for 3 weeks, man. I'm sorry. Oh, I was at
yeah.
Disneyland, Star Wars Land.
Oh yeah, you finally went to Star Wars, whatever it was.
Amazing.
This
Bought a Sith robe. Bought a Imperial officer jacket. I'm an Imperial officer.
bought a sex droid.
Oh yeah, I did.
But
Amazing, man. You saw my videos.
yeah, it looks
Amazing. Don't judge me, but I got emotional.
I'm sure you. I was sure.
I walked in and I was like, "Holy shit!"
The video that you posted, and I feel like I would get emotional about is when you walked up to the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah,
and it's like it's there.
It freaked me out. It scared me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I walked up to it and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Even my dad. My
Dad
dad
went-
was like,
I saw the video. Your dad fell to his knees and said,
"No," but he was like, "Hey, like, so what'd you think of the Star Wars Land?" I was like, "Man, it was amazing." He was all like, "I felt like I was walking into a goddamn movie."
Oh, so he went with you guys.
No.
He saw the videos.
We
Yeah.
saw the videos and we were talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
He was like, "I felt like I walked into a goddamn movie."
Yeah. It
I was
really looks like
yeah,
that.
Like it,
You know what's even more impressive, and you didn't get to be there yet, is that what is it? Rise of the Resistance, Rebel Run.
oh
or
yeah,
something
no,
like
Rise of the Resistance.
that? Rise of the Resistance.
No. I don't know.
Whatever
Yeah,
theme,
the second ride.
whatever ride that is, but damn, that thing looks incredible.
I know the room where the
With the storm,
stormtroopers are.
where you get captured
That
in the
looks
storm.
pretty scary.
I almost wish I didn't see the video so I didn't get
know.
spoiled through the ride.
know.
But man, even in the video, it looks amazing.
I couldn't hold it either. Like for Smuggler's Run.
That's what it is. No, the Smuggler's Run is the other one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Smuggler's Run is the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon ride. I couldn't hold it anymore, so I ended up watching some videos on it. But nothing will beat being there.
Yeah.
Like when you're there, especially the waiting room when they give you your things, like
And
here's your
it's like you're
cards,
waiting
you
in
know?
the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, you're waiting inside the lobby or whatever to be called in to go to line to your rooms.
Yeah.
They got the chessboard right there and everything. I was like, dude, this is dope. It's just dope.
So, talking Star Wars and the Mandalorian, what have you thought so far without seeing the finale?
I think it's solid, but it's like we said, some episodes they're filler.
Yeah.
Some people disagreed with me, but I think they're like doesn't make them bad episodes, but it's like you said they feel like Saturday night cartoons where it's like Saturday morning, Saturday night. This is Cartoon Network.
That's Robot Chicken.
Yeah, Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
So yeah, they feel like story, filler, story, filler. You know.
But then I did call it how it does wrap back around
yeah,
to some
that was pretty cool.
characters.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like the episode where they help out that planet where
Yeah.
there's an AT-AT.
Yeah.
No,
With whatever it is, the
Whatever.
walker.
the
But
Walker.
but it does introduce you to the character of I forget her name.
I was gonna say like
the shock trooper lady.
yeah, with it wrapping up like that towards the end, it makes more sense why we got introduced to these characters. But at first, like, it felt like you were just, here's a planet, here's a character, here's a planet, here's a character. And I get it because it goes along with the story that he's running away with Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is taking the world by storm right now.
Yeah, everybody wants a
Everybody's
Baby Yoda.
talking about that thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny how everybody's been calling it Baby Yoda, even though it's not Yoda.
Yeah, they haven't said a name for it yet.
Like one of our
the
coworkers,
child is what they call him.
One of our coworkers, he's like, wait, it's Yoda? I'm like, no, it's not Yoda. It's Baby Yoda. Like, it's, I guess how that could throw some people off.
Yeah, if they don't know.
But it is really adorable.
Yeah, but I guess people that don't know much Star Wars are probably not watching it anyways. Maybe because it has such a big following right now. It's a hot show to watch right now. Yeah. Maybe they'll start watching it. Oh, man.
But anyways.
But it's good, man. I liked it. I like the whole season finale. I'll review it on Instagram, I guess, the whole thing. But it felt maybe a tiny bit disappointing, but it's just because it's short.
Yeah. I didn't like how...
You're watching Clone Wars now, right? Well, on and off.
Vaguely, yeah. But I am.
If you watch Clone Wars, if you're a fan of Clone Wars and Rebels, there's a lot of Easter eggs that that are for you,
Yeah.
And especially in the last episode. Some big ones too. And you're like, what the hell? Like, yeah. That came all the way back around. And then if you watch those shows, you realize that the outline of this show is a lot like those shows. And I think it really does have a lot to do with Dave Filoni, I believe. One
thing like you said earlier, coming back to the length, the runtime, I didn't like that there was like one episode or two episodes that were like
20 minutes, 25 minutes. Yeah.
And we got to remember there's opening credits, there's the recap, and there's the...
Yeah, that's why it showed like 32 minutes, but it's really like 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, it was like, damn, bro. Like, this is pretty
same
short.
thing with even this last one. I think I said it was like 42 minutes. But then you get the recap, the intro. You're maybe looking at 40, 41 minutes. Yeah. Maybe even less. But I like it.
I seriously thought this show was going to be hour long every episode.
Yeah, me too. I mean, if you're looking for more Mandalorian, though, you're going to like this next thing. I don't know if you heard of it, but Jon Favreau came out, I believe, today to tease Mandalorian Season 2 for a release date of fall 2020. I saw a picture of a statue or something. Yeah, fall 2020. So that technically means you're only going to be waiting a few months till the next season comes out.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it won't take too long.
Because I want more.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's right around the corner.
And then to be honest,
with the way this year went by,
Disney Plus needs it.
Yeah.
Because the nostalgia aspect of all the movies and shows they got there is kind of dying off.
You think they'll lose subscribers?
Eventually, yeah.
I don't think so.
Eventually, if they stop coming up with stuff, they will.
Not to downplay anything, but I really like the Jeff Goldblum show too.
I did too. Yeah. The World in the Eyes of Jeff Goldblum or something. Yeah, like that.
And I don't even know if that season's over yet or anything. But I know we're like entering the 7th episode. I'm not sure.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
He's a quirky guy, so it's cool to see.
It can get a little strange.
Yeah, but
did you see the jeans episode? Levi's.
Yeah, with the leopard.
And then remember when he was dancing with that guy?
Yeah.
And that guy looked really uncomfortable. He was like, and like the guy's like, oh.
Didn't he apologize to him right at the end?
I don't know.
I think he did. Oh man,
such a strange guy. Offbeat.
Talking about offbeat and strange, Deadpool 3 was just confirmed by Ryan Reynolds. So it's going to be the first property from Fox that enters, or that is greenlit for under Disney pretty much. And it will enter the MCU.
We were talking about this. I'm wondering if they're going to compromise on language or gore or stuff like that because it'll feature MCU characters now. Right?
I don't think so. I think they'll keep probably if they're smart, they'll keep it rated R.
They will.
You think they'll keep it rated R?
No, I'm saying they will compromise.
They will have to.
They will. They will. They can't have Deadpool cursing and having people get their heads sawed off with a sword next to Spider-Man. They can't. Because they're going to want kids to watch Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But this is all metaphorical. We don't know who's going to join him. But we were talking about, like, who would be a great character to be with Deadpool. I think it's Spider-Man. Or introduce your new Wolverine and have him be a team-up. Or maybe you don't even need... But they said it's going to be in the MCU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody has to be featured in there. But it has to. I am a little worried that they might compromise the character to... I don't know, so he could be featured with other characters. I'm a little worried about that, but I mean, at the same time, you were saying it could be a kind of like a running bit, like where it's like,
maybe right away they'll talk about gore or something. Maybe right away they'll talk about it and be like, oh, now that we're in the MCU, we can't.
Yeah,
and then that'll be the joke.
It could be a running joke. I know, but still, like, that sucks because that's what I really liked about Deadpool.
Honestly, anything Ryan Reynolds does now, I see Deadpool. Like I can't enjoy anything he does anymore because that's all I.
He just made an amazing movie too, by the way.
Oh yeah, our friend Eddie Carrillo, #1 fan, told us to watch.
He knew it.
6
Underground.
Underground.
Going to be mentioned.
6 Underground. He said, watch it. Now I just want to have him 6 Underground for making me watch that movie. Our last story is Suicide Squad is not a sequel. It's actually a rehash or reimagination.
It was a shitty movie.
Or we'll talk about it in the
time warp.
Yeah. Suicide Squad is not a sequel. It's like a rehash or reimagination by James Gunn. So it's not even Suicide Squad 2. It's like Suicide Squad again.
Oh, man.
I honestly don't want to see this movie.
What are you doing, man? Like, what is going on here?
I don't know. I don't.
And no Will Smith, right? Or Will?
No.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba is in as something else. No, he's a different.
Oh, he's
character.
somebody else now.
Yeah.
No, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about.
It was long ago. We talked about this.
Yeah,
movie.
this movie.
Who gives a shit?
Honestly, like the only thing I care about right now for DC is Wonder Woman looks great, and that's about it.
Damn. What a waste of money.
Let's talk Rise of Skywalker. This is oh shoot. God damn.
Look, okay, let me say something.
The Death Star
Let me say something. Look, let me just say this. I agree with you that yes, people are jumping on the bandwagon of hating on this movie.
They are.
Okay, because I think it's because people hated Last Jedi so much that
they just can't jump back in.
Which is very surprising to me, but at the same time, we kind of wondered if this was going to happen. But yes, people are kind of speaking with their wallets and speaking their minds and saying, "No, we're not going to accept your trash." Like the last one was crappy and this one's crappy too, and we're just not going to deal with it, right? But I went to see this movie, and this movie did suck, man. There was a lot of things that I didn't like about this movie. And one thing that really annoyed the F out of me is that from the get-go, you know what? I wish I could remember the exact line, but I'll come back to that. From the get-go, it felt like this movie was like, Knights of Ren, we got you. Who's Rey's parents? We got you. Who was Snoke? We got you. Done deal. You want your answers? Here's your answers. And, like, come on, man. Like, you're trying to clearly clean up a mess.
Yeah, they're trying to, like...
damage control.
Pretty much retcon The Last Jedi.
Yeah. There's a scene where Kylo's coming in with the Knights of Ren, right?
Yeah.
And one of the stormtroopers says, Knights of Ren.
Oh, it's the Knights of Ren. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was like, what? Are you trying to tell the audience, like, don't forget the Knights of Ren?
That's exactly how that felt.
Yeah, and it was like, what?
Yeah.
So out of place.
I think a lot of it was like that. It was in the beginning, it was like scene, and then you get just the background, or you get almost literally someone coming into the picture and being like, "Oh, explain to you what's going on. Oh, the Knights of Ren are here. or oh, he's looking for the Wayfinder, and we got to find the Wayfinder to get to this place. And it felt very video gamey, actually. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
Actually,
like,
there's one video game that's better than this movie, like by 10.
The one I got for
The
one you have.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, nice.
It's really good compared to any other movie. But so I don't want to say that it's a great movie, but at least it's a bad Star Wars movie when The Last Jedi was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
That thing did not feel like Star Wars. And it completely deviated from anything Star Wars. God. I mean, look what they did to Luke. But what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, I mean, look what they did. What I was gonna say is I love that they had that scene where Rey throws a lightsaber this time, but Luke catches it and gives it back. That was complete jab at the Last Jedi.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and little things like that pissed me off.
Yeah, it was
like,
kind of
God, dude. Can you like stop bullying the last movie? We already know.
I enjoyed it because I was like, yeah, I hate that movie too.
But like, yeah, like, you know, he catches it and he's all like, a lightsaber deserves more respect. Like,
I know you threw it already. Like,
you
threw it in the.
You're the one who tossed it in the last movie, but. You said you didn't mind this. I didn't like it. I didn't like when Rey's like summoning all the Jedi at the end. Like,
I liked it.
Okay. I liked it, but what I didn't like is that, first of all, like, I didn't like that it's Rey.
Yeah.
For me, like, that's the whole problem to begin with.
Well, another thing is, before you continue, is this is probably the one movie where I didn't mind Rey so much. They made her almost like you could take a little bit of Rey in this movie. And the other ones, I just couldn't stand her.
I still couldn't stand her in this movie. She was a little too overpowered again. She could freaking float now.
Yeah, she could fly.
I don't know.
I wonder if they brought that in because how they made Leia float on the last one.
Well, where were we? Yeah, I get what you're saying about that, but like what pissed me off is that like it's still the same things from The Last Jedi. We could transfer material through the Force.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And then another thing, and they did this in The Mandalorian, and I didn't like it in The Mandalorian. We could heal people through the Force now.
Yeah.
They're not Jesus.
No. They're pretty much gods at this point.
Yeah, like what the hell is that? I didn't like the fact that I guess we're spoiling the movie, whatever. But
yeah,
I didn't like that Kylo got stabbed with a lightsaber, and then Rey has the power to bring it
heal
back.
him, which was the second time she healed someone.
Yeah, with that stupid snake. That was a badass snake.
That was. It reminded me of too much of Harry Potter, though.
It did.
Yeah.
The basilisk.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, they could have came up with something better.
Although I did like that desert world they were in. With the festival and those little...
Yeah, I like that. I did like that.
That felt Star Wars.
Yeah.
That felt very Star Wars.
Yeah.
But, and it also made sense kind of like why Lando would be there. I don't know. It's
well, the whole thing where he was like, I was helping Luke find this thing. And then basically he just stayed there. So another cool fact about Lando actually came out in the book, in the visual dictionary or whatever. So apparently Lando, after the war, after they defeated the Death Star, the second one, he kind of helped out Luke, but then decided to leave it all behind and start a family. He had a child, and the child went missing. Like the Empire took it.
Mm-hmm. Which might be the girl at the end of the movie.
That's what they're saying,
I know,
but
yeah.
I mean, it could be.
I took it as that,
but it also could be Finn.
Well, that was one thing I did like that they touched on. Like, it makes a little bit of sense now, okay? Because it was pissing me off that Finn was Force sensitive. I'm like, bro, you're just a stormtrooper. You're not a Jedi or a Jedi in training. But then when you told me that, no, it's just that the Empire or the First Order would look for Force-sensitive children and then take them in as stormtroopers, that makes sense because the stormtroopers can now be more than just a stormtrooper. It could be like a super soldier type of thing.
Yeah.
So that does make a little bit of sense. And then at the end of The Last Jedi, there was children that were, like, there was one that force summoned a broom.
That
broom
kid, yeah.
All right, I mean, I guess now that kind of makes a little bit of sense, but
yeah. So I think it's the novels, aftermath novels, where it kind of talks about the Empire goes out and pretty much kidnaps children that are force sensitive, and makes them into stormtroopers. I think it's not so much because they're super soldiers, say, but it's to prevent anyone from uprising, anyone with abilities to uprise against the Empire.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. And then, like I said, there was several things I didn't like about the movie. I still didn't like Rey. The whole transferring things through the Force, I didn't like that. Although it made for a cool sequence when she transfers the lightsaber to Kylo through the Force to fight the Knights of Ren. That was pretty interesting. Let's talk about what happens at the very end. I didn't like the kiss. I didn't care for it. I never felt like they were into each other. I felt it was kind of forced. Maybe some people see it differently. I felt they were more of a family dynamic than an actual love interest dynamic. But I will say this. The best thing out of this new trilogy... Oh, I'm over here hitting
kissing
myself. I'm over here kissing the mic. The best thing that came out of this trilogy is Kylo.
Kylo's hands down the best character.
Sick. I loved it. And
I even love that it was the Emperor with him the whole time.
That could work.
Yeah, he was just messing with his mind.
It has to work. That's the way it was.
Yeah, it has to.
It has to. But even... I did like that even after he met the Emperor, which that in itself is a problem too, because I wasn't too excited about the Emperor being back, because to me it felt like Vader's sacrifice and everything in episode 6, it meant nothing.
Doomed.
Just meant nothing because we got this asshole back.
Yeah.
Because Disney just couldn't come up with a better villain. They should have stayed with Snoke, honestly, but
they should have, but that
whatever.
Killed them off. Rian Johnson killed them off.
It's just stupid. It's stupid.
I think honestly the thing that's worst about this trilogy is Rian Johnson.
Yeah, he ruined the trilogy for sure.
He did. I mean,
pisses me off,
even if you look at this one and you're like, J.J. Abrams ruined the ending. I didn't like it. It was horrible.
No,
but a lot of the things is because he was trying to rectify what Rian Johnson did.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, and what I see is if you would have just gave him the full trilogy, he would have fit all this into 3 movies instead of 2 hours 20 minutes.
Tell his story,
and it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, it needs one vision, man.
Because we had a lot of the elements that he still played with in the in this last movie were in The Force Awakens. So if we would have seen it progress through the middle, it would have been better. But honestly, The Last Jedi felt more of an ending piece than The Rise of Skywalker did. Yeah. They both felt like ends of a trilogy.
Well, so like I was saying that you know, because you were saying like, oh, you like that he was playing him the whole time. Like, yeah, I did. You know, it's gonna have to work.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind it, I guess. You know what? The Emperor himself, I didn't mind. I just didn't like the fact that, like, dude, we don't know why you're back. How are you back? You died, and they never explained it.
They never explained it.
So whatever.
Like, is he a clone? Is that the original body of his?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It never explains it.
It makes no sense. But
who are those people chanting in the football field,
right?
Or in the football stadium?
Yeah. Although it was cool, though.
It was pretty cool. But are they all Sith? There can't be all Sith because he believes in the rule of 2. So there's only him and an apprentice. Yeah. And does he have an apprentice?
I don't know.
It just introduces more questions than answers. Really.
Yeah. I did like how they handled Leia's death.
I enjoyed that too. I like that they made it into a sacrifice to reach her child pretty much.
And I was a little worried because I don't know if you told me you read that or what. But the whole Han Solo thing,
I had read that. I don't know if I told you that though.
But I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that he was a Force ghost.
No, I heard that he came back and it was like a flashback scene, but it's not a flashback scene. It's more like I felt like it was more like Leia messing or playing with Kylo's memories as she died, pretty much.
I mean, I don't know. It is a little strange, but I like how it handled it because it made sense. Like it, because it was very reminiscent of what happened in Force Awakens.
Almost exact lines and everything.
Yeah. So I liked it. I like how it handled it. Honestly, I called it. I'm pretty sure you had called it too. Kylo turned good or whatever, and we kind of saw that coming. But I like how it was executed.
Yeah,
it was good.
Very reverse Anakin, pretty much.
Yeah, and I like the battles too. Even
the fight scenes were good.
The ones where they were by the ocean, they were.
There's a lot of choices though that could have been better. Like when he gets stabbed. Like okay, all the force powers, the new force powers in this movie, I did not like. The whole transferring objects through the force, the healing, and then it just felt like an excuse to not kill off characters right away. Like, he's dying, but not really. Oh, like she's dead, but we could bring her back. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's just to get an emotion out of you.
I agree.
Yeah, it was.
I agree.
All the force.
It played to the plot.
Oh, she flies now. Like what the? Like really? No. Like stick with what's there, man. It's good already. Like
don't need to change so much.
You don't.
Yeah,
you don't. Because like I told you, in that fight scene where she stabs him through the chest, she could have easily cut off his arm.
Yeah,
which is like poetic from what happened to Luke, what happened to Vader.
Yeah.
It's like you could cut off his arm while he's having his moment because he felt his mother die. Mm-hmm. And then you could have just left him there.
And to finally wrap up this terrible movie, like I said, there was things that I did like. I did like the dogfights, with Poe and all that. And
they're so actually those. I don't even remember them.
I did like it.
Like I remember
everyone was there.
I remember the space battle in Rogue One.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about this one.
Well, I do.
It was uneventful.
No, it was. I liked it, and I also liked that why they were on the horses. It made sense. Even though to me it looked dumb in the trailer, it looked dumb. I'm like, why are they on horses? Like, this makes no sense.
I just feel like they should have just kept it simple. Like, why couldn't we have a drop ship drop off a bunch of people that are running up the ship?
Yeah.
Like, why horses? Like, just to make it more epic?
I know, but I get why.
Yeah.
They were small enough to freaking ride on the Star Destroyer or whatever. So the very end of why this movie is called Rise of Skywalker. I'm assuming.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like the ending. I didn't like that she takes up. Although it was really cool to see the house.
It was cool to see the house back in Tatooine. And you see Luke and Leia last time as Force Ghosts in the desert.
But I didn't like taking up the Skywalker name.
But honestly, to me, Luke and Leia would have been be who you are. Don't be afraid of who you are. You're everybody has their own destiny, kind of thing. Like, a last name isn't anything. Like you're the one that's gonna make your own story.
Yeah.
And then if she would have said, "I'm Rey Palpatine," and then they would have smiled, gave him a thumbs up, and then they would have been all good.
I think she should have took her last name.
Yeah,
because I think that's even more bold to say.
How cool would it have been if the movie was named The Rise of Palpatine?
Yeah,
and at the end is her saying, "I'm Rey Palpatine."
Yeah, that would have been a lot better.
This movie, I blame 45% of it on Rian Johnson's previous movie, the rest on J.J. Abrams. Not be so like J.J. Abrams is great at starting something like trilogies. He did the Star Trek. He did fucking Lost. He did now the Rise of, or Force Awakens. He's never really been good at ending trilogies or franchises.
Look at the Cloverfield paradox.
Yeah. So
That's terrible.
this shows his weakness, honestly.
Yeah. It was a good idea, and he just kind of doesn't. Yeah. I don't know.
Would you make time for this movie?
It's a Star Wars movie. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Yeah, I would.
Don't get me wrong.
I would
man.
agree.
Like I wanna see Star Wars movies. I want to see them keep getting made. I want them to succeed, and this is why I went to go see this movie, because I want to cheer for it. I want to say, hey, I want to have a good time with Star Wars.
Yeah, I wanted to come out of that movie theater and be like, that was the best Star Wars I've ever seen.
I will
in my
say
life.
this, and maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I went into this movie ready to hate it too, though.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I know this movie's gonna suck, and I'm ready to hate on it. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have been like, let's block out the noise. Let's go in there, and how does Eric feel about this movie?
Yeah.
And I did. At the end of the day, I did. Like I analyzed it, and I was like, did I like it? What didn't I like? Whatever. And at the end of the day, you know what? The reviews were right, man. Like, this movie wasn't that great.
No, it had a lot of mistakes. For me, it had a lot of moments that are great though. Like,
yeah,
but they're short because it's so rushed. This movie suffers a lot from what Game of Thrones season 8 suffered. It's just rushed. Yeah. There's too many little things you want to tie up in like a short amount of time, and it just doesn't work.
It just didn't work. Yep.
No,
I agree.
But I would make time for it. It's still a Star Wars movie. It feels like a Star Wars movie.
That's what's most important for me too.
Yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars moments in it and lore that you just can't miss. And honestly, it's almost a tradition to go watch Star Wars movie with your family or to go watch it by yourself. It's just, you gotta watch it. So I would make time for it. This is one of the prettiest Star Wars movies I've ever seen, though. It looks really
nice.
good.
It looks really nice.
It's some imagery there that's amazing.
Whatever.
You're so disappointed.
Let's move on. I finally got to see a movie I was really, really excited about. The Lighthouse, man.
Yeah. You told me about it.
I've been wanting to see this movie for a really long time, man. And this movie did not disappoint at all. This guy...
I didn't go watch it in theaters because I thought it was going to be boring.
Is it a slow burn?
I'm sure it is. How many characters are in it?
There's 2.
That's and a seagull.
But, yeah. I seen you sparring with a goal. Honestly, I sort of got it's not that it's long and drawn out, but it doesn't drag. Okay, did you feel The Witch dragged?
Or I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen The Witch, huh? I don't know. For me, because I wanted to see it, I was
excited about
it. It didn't drag. And I've seen it 3 times now. And it's still really good. The chemistry between Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe is amazing. I loved it. This movie's really funny too, by the way. It's just really funny. Right from the get-go, like, because right when you're introduced to the characters, there's hardly any dialogue or anything. It's just kind of them seeing them arrive on this island with the lighthouse, that they have to keep the lighthouse running and all that. They have to how do you say it? Like take care of it or whatever. Caretakers of the lighthouse or whatever. You gotta keep it running. Gotta keep it, oil it and all that stuff. Whatever. You see right away that Robert Pattinson is gonna start getting annoyed with this guy, because as soon as the movie starts, they don't have a toilet or anything. They actually have like little buckets where they pee and they shit.
Yeah. And
he like farts right in front of them and shit. And it's like, you could just tell right away, like, this is going to get really like, 2 guys in 1 room type of thing.
2 guys, 1 bucket.
Yeah. It's brutal though, because I love how it just layers it and layers it and layers it. and then it just does the movie have a giant payoff at the end? I mean, some stuff happens, but I would say it was a little predictable what was gonna happen. I won't ruin it for you. I won't ruin it for the audience because I really, really, really want people to see this movie.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of The Witch and Robert Eggers, I think you would really like this movie. And this is his second film, and I'm super excited for whatever this guy has in line after this, which I know he already does. But their dynamic and their acting is amazing. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I haven't seen anything with Robert Pattinson. Like, I knew he did Twilight. I'm not gonna watch Twilight. I don't got time for that. But my cousin Andrew, he's been preaching about Robert Pattinson. He's like, dude, he has some really good indie films, and you should check him out.
He was good in The King.
And I'm like, I just haven't seen him. But I'm not putting him down. I'm like, yeah, I'll check out his work. But now that I've seen like how he acts in like The Lighthouse, this movie was really good, and his acting's really good. It's top notch, honestly. And the dialogue is a little hard to follow. I'm not gonna lie. The first time, no subtitles. I just watched it, and I was watching it at night, so I kind of had the volume low. It was hard to follow. It really was. I don't want to sound like a dumbass, but yeah.
They have accents, huh?
Accents, and then it's like a weird English. It's like old English. I don't know. But and quite frankly, I don't know when this movie takes place. I had to look it up. I guess it's in the late 1900s. So it's not even like, it's just a weird dialogue. And the second time I saw, I started watching it with subtitles, and I appreciated it more because the dialogue is amazing. And in The Witch, it's the same way too. Like, the dialogue is really hard to follow. So you kind of want to, I don't want to, put down other people. I mean, but I think if you watch the movie with subtitles, you kind of appreciate the freaking screenplay a little more too, because you're like, man, like, this was written like from start to finish and pretty legit like dialogue,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny though. It is funny. Like I said, the ending was a little predictable. And quite frankly, there's a lot of interpretations for this film. Some people have some theories out there, and I think they're all plausible. But it is one of those movies that kind of gets you thinking. Like, at the end, you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
But I highly recommend it for you. I recommend it for other people out there. I freaking loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved everything about it. And surprisingly, it was very funny.
You bought it already, though.
Yeah,
so you're not
it.
gonna buy like the DVD or whatever.
I think I am.
You are.
I think I want it as a physical copy.
Yeah.
I might get it like on 4K or something. Which, by the way, that's another thing too. It's black and white, but
yeah, beautifully
shot film. Like, it's beautiful. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm nerding out on Robert. I'm saying, like, his movies, they look a certain way, and like I'm really excited for what this filmmaker's got in line. But the way he shoots films, it's got a very cool, like, old school aesthetic to it.
Yeah,
I really like it. I really liked it a lot, man.
Now that you say that, like, watching trailers for it reminds you of the original Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock type movie.
It's very old school.
It's just the way it looks.
The Witch felt like that too. It not like Psycho, but it just had that old like feel to it.
Yeah,
and I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm gonna have to check it out now.
Check it out, man. I think you would.
I'll make time for it. Yeah. You made time for it 3 times already. Yeah. So
the scenes where they get drunk together, it's freaking hilarious. Because if you think about it, at first, like, he starts out like, I don't really want to drink with you. I don't want, I don't want to cause any problems, but I don't want to drink. I don't want to really interact with you. We're just here to work.
Yeah.
But as they get to know each other more and more, and there ain't shit to do.
Yeah, you got it.
Like, they kind of start getting drunk together, and next thing you know, they just keep drinking and drinking and drinking, and it's like, man, it makes for some funny ass scenes. Even a slow dance scene with them
together.
They're both slow dancing, and they're singing like sailor songs.
Yeah.
So they're just singing and singing. I don't want to ruin the scene, but it's freaking hilarious, man. I loved it.
All right. A last one quick, though. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Not going to go too far into it. A lot of people have talked about this movie. Perhaps perhaps one of the best movies I've seen this year. But make time for it for sure.
Yeah,
Make time for it.
I am for sure. I'm just stubborn. I'm looking for that steel book.
Yeah,
I can't find it.
I haven't. But it was funny because I went to Best Buy that day that it released, and there was another guy there like looking through the rack, and I was like, oh, I wonder what he's looking for, and they had the DVD, Blu-ray copies of it, but not the steelbook, and everywhere I would go, he would go, and I think we were both looking for the same damn movie, and it was just gone. It was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I went to the Best Buy by my house,
And I could order it, but they would like, oh, it's gonna be here late, and I was like, forget it. Like,
I ended up buying Die Hard.
they do.
Yeah, on 4K.
That's a good movie. All right, let's go into our favorite segment. The Time War Zone. What are you gonna watch this weekend?
What am I gonna watch this weekend? I'm trying to get Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You should watch it. It's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch that. I'm gonna watch the season finale of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
There should be a new episode up of The World According to Jeff Goldblum. So I always watch that too. I always watch that.
There's a lot to watch.
I don't know, man. I'm still waiting to bite the bullet on that, but I really want to watch the Watchmen series. But
that's good, especially if you get a free HBO trial and then just binge it
and then cancel it
and cancel. That's what I do
because I can't afford it.
That's what I do every once in a while. Especially like people that don't have Disney Plus and have been waiting for the Mandalorian. It just finished. Subscribe for those 12-day free trial and then binge it, and then cancel
the whole thing.
That's my wisdom for the week for you guys.
Jumanji's out. I don't know if anybody's watching it.
Jumanji.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody gives a crap about that movie.
No.
But yeah, I spent my coins on Star Wars last week, so this week I'm just gonna chill, man. I hope everybody had a nice little holiday.
We bashed Ryan Johnson because of Star Wars, but I kind of really want to see Knives Out.
Oh yeah, he did Knives Out, huh?
Yeah,
and it has a huge.
I mean, it's only in theaters right now, but if I could catch that, I'll probably watch that.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it too, just because of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah,
I like her a lot.
And but yeah, I'm probably gonna watch The Witcher. Try and make time for The Witcher.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I saw episode 1 and 2. If you are a night owl like I am, it's hard to watch because you're like fading in and out because it's quiet, it's slow right now. It has its action scenes, but it's still a slow show. So I would watch it like early in the morning, afternoon if you have a chance. And I'm probably gonna start watching You. I didn't finish season 1, so I might finish the last few episodes of season 1 and then go into season 2. Maybe. Because I don't know. It was okay. And I think that's about it.
I literally never heard of that show until
recently.
Until I guess it dropped yesterday.
I guess for what it is, it's a really good show. Because it really puts you on edge every single episode. But that's why I stopped watching it. Because it's almost too much. I'm like, I don't want to feel this way anymore. Like, let's just fuck this.
I'm not trying to hate on it. I never heard of this freaking show, and then I saw people like posting up like Joe's back. Like, who's Joe? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, what show is this? But I mean, whatever, man. I don't know. It didn't look for me. It didn't look interesting. I saw it being played in my living room. I was like,
it's an overly exaggerated stalker show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like. Well, I guess I can't spoil season 1 because it's been out. But basically, he finds a girl, stalks the crap out of her. I mean, social media, everything, and basically gets in that way by I like the same things you do, kind of thing. But she has a boyfriend, and then he ends up killing the boyfriend. He's a murderer, and he creeps into her apartment, goes through her computer. like sneaks out before she gets in. It's really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stalker.
Shit.
Yeah,
All right.
kind of like Eddie Carrillo is with us.
Damn. Stop hating on my boy, man.
Nah, he's our number one.
He really
fan.
freaking liked 6 Underground.
he has his favorite movie of the year.
I'll tell you
6
what
Underground.
not to watch during your time warp zone, people out there.
Yeah,
Do not watch 6 Underground
yeah, that's a big waste of time.
unless you really want to feel bad about yourself.
It literally took me 2 times to tries to watch that movie because I was like 30 minutes in. I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. That was a horrible movie.
Oh my god.
And you know what?
God.
Maybe not a horrible movie. Let's back up a little bit. Let's try and salvage something about this movie. Maybe not a horrible movie, but horrible directing. And that just throws everything off.
Remember when I told you that because I was watching it and I was texting you. I was like, dude, there's a new song every like minute. Every 2 minutes, there's put a song in this scene.
Yeah.
Put a song in this scene.
And it's
Do we have
song.
a fine ass babe coming towards the camera with this like song in the background?
Yeah.
Like, how many times do we need to do this so people know?
And it's cut horribly because it's like chop, chop, chop.
It's just scene,
Yeah.
different
Music,
angles,
music.
scene.
Lens flare because you see like
lens flares.
like my eyes. And the color palette's like all like
God damn,
And
this movie's just everywhere, man.
Dude, I jumped into this movie because Eddie Carrillo.
You keep putting him on blast.
He recommended it. He was like, "This is the best action I've seen."
Oh my god.
So damn, I might have to edit this out because I really did put him on blast. But
You did kind of put him on blast.
whatever, man. If he enjoys it, good for him. So I went in not knowing anything about this movie, and I remember saying, I was like, dude, this feels like a damn Transformers movies with no robots in it.
Yeah. If you wouldn't have told me, I still would have guessed it.
And yeah, and then I look and it's like it's a Michael Bay movie. I was like, that makes so much sense.
And what's funny is that this movie literally felt like
It feels like the beginning of the Bad Boys movie. Remember with the pigeons, or is it the end? Whatever it is, beginning or end of that Bad Boys movie with the pigeons and the so much slow motion, and with Deadpool in it, because that's exactly what he played out to be, his fucking Deadpool.
God, wow, terrible.
I don't even know what else to say about this movie, but it is.
And then the bullet extraction in the
bad.
car, like
while he's driving like crazy.
God, that was man.
It's a bad movie.
I knew from the get go as soon as the car chase scene started, I was like,
yeah,
this movie's trash.
And I am gonna watch. I'm gonna rewatch The Mandalorian. I'm gonna binge it. It's like 2 hours? Because they're all like 20 minutes. I'm gonna binge it and see what I think if I watch it all together. And one thing that we still haven't seen, you remember was it when they go to the desert planet? They're trying to kill he helps the young bounty hunter. They're trying to kill that other bounty hunter, and she dies, and then someone approaches her in the desert.
Yeah,
her body. We still haven't seen who that is.
That'll be answered in season 2.
Oh, you haven't seen the finale? Well, it's not answered in the finale.
Thanks. No, it's okay.
Well, I mean, it's not a big spoiler.
No, it's okay.
The Mandalorian dies, by the way.
Fuck.
Since you think that's okay. Other than that, I don't think I'm going to be watching much more.
I think...
Happy belated Christmas, by the way.
Yeah.
And I guess early New Year, too.
Yeah. Happy, belated Christmas. Don't let me go.
Let me go.
And, yeah. We won't be doing a podcast before New Year's.
No, this is our New Year podcast.
Yeah, this is our New Year's podcast.
New Year,
you have
new
a warm
me.
hand, by the way.
I know. It's because of my mittens.
Happy New Year to you. It's been a great year for us.
It has been a good year.
This has been a very fun, interesting project.
We started in
was like May.
What was it?
Or April.
May, April?
Yeah.
So we still haven't hit a year.
No, but it's been an interesting project. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to last this long. And quite frankly, I don't know how much longer you have me. But no, I'm just kidding. But the way we started to now, yeah. Real quick before I forget, I'm not a religious person or anything, but if you have time for it, I was pretty entertained by it.
Oh yeah.
There's a movie called Two Popes. It's on Netflix.
I'll watch that this
It
week.
was actually a decent movie.
Yeah, I'll watch that this week. Damn, I have a lot to watch.
It's based on the real events of what happened between
Pope 1 and Pope 2.
pretty much one of the popes stepped down, which is unheard of. They kind of mentioned in the movie that this hasn't happened in 700 years or some shit. But point is, it was kind of like a historical thing. I remember it happening on the news and everything, that he was stepping down and they were going to vote on a new pope. But yeah, just watch it. I don't give a shit about the Vatican or anything like that. I'm not religious, but it's not. It's good.
It's a lot of fight scenes.
There's a lot of fight scenes. No, just you gotta have patience with films sometimes, man.
Yeah.
But this one's not slow. It doesn't drag or anything. It keeps you going.
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'll
I would
make
check
time
it
for
out. Anthony Hopkins is always a good time. So
yeah. So from all those movies and all those shows we could watch this week, we do want to thank you for sticking around for so long, and continue because it's just gonna get better. It could only get better.
It could only get better. Good thing we're at the bottom. Because the only way we go from here is to the top.
There's only one way.
There's only one way.
It's a one-way street, and we ain't going the wrong way. All right. Other than that, we want to thank you. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, even Twitter. No Time for Movies. And you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, pretty much everywhere. Just look for us at Libsyn. Oh, no, it's No Time, the number 4, movies.libsyn, LIBSYN.com. And you can find all our links there. We're everywhere we're at.
Use your Alexa.
Use your Alexa, Google Home, everywhere.
Yep.
There's no excuses.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
No.
If you're a real fan, there's no excuse.
If you see us out on the street, we'll give you live shows. We'll just start an improv show.
Good thing we never hang out outside of work.
Well, I'll call you. It's gonna be a FaceTime call.
Oh.
And if someone tells you, hey, let me hear the latest show, you just start and then call me and I'll pick up and we'll continue.
We'll just do the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll have you on speakerphone. Hell
yeah. Yeah. So you can find us everywhere. Other than that, you have a good new year and bye.
Yeah. Be safe.
No Ricardios were harmed during the making of this show.